Hello and welcome to Watch Maxie's Watch Videos. My name is Axel and I'm glad to have you on the show. Springtime is not only the time when I'm looking forward to pool, beach and barbecue, but also to the spring novelties which is Sinn going to present as they did this year. There have been some well-known models with nice modifications, but there has also been one big surprise which really excited me, and I'm glad to present it to you. I prepared two main tables, one with the main watches and the main models we also already know, and those with the new ones, the new lineup, which I think is a big surprise and a big step upwards in the Sinn portfolio. Let's have a look into the well-known models. We have the Sinn U1 S for Schwarz or black with the mother of pearl dial, and the U50 with the manually scratched dial. Crosswise, these models have already been launched last year. We had the U50 in black with the mother of pearl dial, and we had the U1 with the manually scratched dial, and now they just crossed it. We have in the U1 the SW200-1 as a movement. The case, of course, is made from submariner steel with black hardened coating, diving depth of 1000 meter equaling 100 bar. We have the attachment technology throughout the whole watch and the bracelet. We have a diameter of 44 millimeter, bandwidth of 22 millimeter. So a pretty well-known watch with a new face. Regarding mother of pearls, there are split opinions across the community. I personally see the point that mother of pearls comes from the sea, so it kind of fits to a diver's watch, which you can see right over here. But I personally don't think that mother of pearls is a watch which perfectly fits to a tool watch, since I believe it's more a jewelry thing. And the prices for this watch are more or less in line with the standard U1 pricing. So we can discuss it, but at this point in time I think it's in line with the market, so nothing special on this side. The black hardened coating is a really great thing, absolutely robust, and I do like it, but I'm not quite sure if I really do like the mother of pearl thing on a tool or a diver's watch. Would be glad to hear what you think about it. Leave a comment below and tell me if you think that mother of pearls is a good fit to a tool or diver's watch, or if you would expect to be more a jewelry thing rather than a toolish thing. On the other side, we have the U50 DS, and with the manually scratched dial, I had a real issue at the very beginning, but now I think it's such a great fit when it comes to the color and design. The U50 has an upgraded movement, the SW300, which is a step up from the SW200. The case, of course, is from submariner steel. Diving depth is 500 meter, of course. We have the attachment technology. We have a case diameter of 41 millimeter, bandwidth of 20 millimeter, a thickness of just above 11 millimeter, 11.2, which is a really great and nice fit. Well, the U50 is, for me and my wrist size, kind of the better U1. I love my U1, to be clear on this. It's absolutely tank-like tool watch, but the U50 is kind of the civil version of that tank-like tool watch, as you can see here. Prices are quite up compared to the U1. As you can see here, the overall appearance of the scratch dial with the grayish bezel and the bracelet. I love the look, I love the design, and that's a civil version of a tank-like tool watch, which might fit also on a couple of ladies' watches, not just small men's wrist. So if I hadn't had the U1 for quite a while, I probably would go for the U50, but having the U1, I'm very happy with that. But there is another big surprise, and that's the T50 series. I was out for breakfast with my wife, and we looked at my smartphone, and I thought, in a first thought, what's that? What the heck is that? We have a U1 with the bezel of the T series and the hands of the U2. So what are they doing here? That's not a U50 thing, and I was right. It is not a U50, it's a T50 series. T for titanium, and it brings a lot of surprises. Let's start with the lineup. It's the T50, the standard model. Then we have the T50 GBDR with a colored bezel, and we have the T50 gold bronze with a colored case. But what makes the watch so special? First, it's the bezel. You have to push it down in total to turn it and then release it to lock it. It's the bezel which has been used in the T1 and T2. A great thing, absolutely secure, and I really appreciate that this bezel design and this bezel mechanism is used. Secondly, we have a special color coding on the hands and the marker. We have two different colors on the hour and minute hand, and the minute hand corresponds to the marker on the diver's bezel. So really nicely done, and a big step up for divers. The lineup shows 3 different watches, and 2 of them I really appreciate and like. First is the basic model, the T50 with the upgraded SW300 movement. It's titanium grade 5, diving depth of 500 meter. The bezel is tegimented, which means extremely scratch resistant. We have the AR technology, which keeps the watch dry. We have a diameter of 41 millimeter, bandwidth of 20 millimeter. We have a thickness of 12.3 with a slightly domed sapphire crystal, and we have a weight of just under 60 grams, which makes the watch extremely comfortable. Price-wise, it is north of the U50, which I think is justified, talking about the base model, with the AR technology, with the special bezel, with the titanium. So quite some additions to the U50 lineup. For me, the price of the base model is okay-ish. 3,300 euro for a 3-hand watch, which you can see over here, is a bold statement. We don't have to talk about that. It is a bold statement. But given the additions compared to the U50, I would be happy to accept it on this side. Talking about the other 2 models, it kind of gets harder to justify the up price, but I'll come to that in a second. The U50 GBDR, which stands for Gold Bronze Turning Bezel, Gold Bronze Drehring, is basically equipped with the same specs as the base model, but it has the gold bronze bezel, and that's quite a special thing, to be honest, because it's a newly developed and patented material mix of Sinn, which is extremely clean, is highly anti-allergic, and has a part of gold of 12.5%. And as you can see here, the price is really up with 4,100 euro on the steel bracelet. But, and that's a weak but, the bezel is a completely new development. Nothing in the market compared to that. 12.5% pure gold in the bezel, highly anti-allergic, which makes this material very, very robust against seawater corrosion, and it slows down the aging process. So it's a bronze material mix which is not as sensitive to the environmental impacts as standard bronze. With the T50 gold bronze model, we don't have just the bezel in gold bronze, but the whole case, which actually makes the watch a little bit heavier. The weight goes up to the standard U50 with 73 grams, and the whole case is with this special material, and the dial is the manually scratched dial, which gives the whole watch a little bit rugged look. And the price of shy under 5,000 euro is anything else but rugged. Given that we have two really cost-intensive pieces here, which is the manual treatment, the individual treatment of the dial, and we have the newly developed patented material mix of the case. One could argue that it is justified, but 5,000 euro for a 3-hand watch with a Sedita movement. Yeah, leave in the comments what you think about it. If you like the video, if you like me to be back on my English channel, we're happy to read this. Stay safe, enjoy your watches, look forward to my next dubbed videos. Cheers, Axel.